So what you guys can see right now is that I have started sharing my screen, and I'm really sorry that I had to disconnect and connect again because we were running out of time, and I'm sure that we would have uh, like abruptly ended the class within the things that what I was trying to tell you guys. So that is why I had to rejoin. I'm really sorry. Okay.
Kindly.
So what we are going to do now is I'm going to open Python and we are going to start working on today's activity. Today we have to do the times table with the for loop. So this is a code that I have already written. I will explain you how to write this code, how this code actually works, and I am going to show you how you can write different numbers tables ending up to different numbers, like 35 table ending up to 55, from 35 ones are 35 till 35 55 times something. So this is what it is going to help us to do. I am going to open a new file here. So in this level, what we have to do is I must stop saying. So what we have to do here is in this table times table with loop. So this is the code that we have to learn today how to do it. So first thing that we need to do is take a number from the user that can help you, not help you. Take a number from the user whose times table you want to calculate. So that code is very simple. You already know how to do that. So I'm going to write number. Number is the name of my variable that I want to take from the user. So I'm going to tell that this number is an integer and I'm going to take it from the user. So basically it's going to be input by the user, and I'm going to give the user a prompt, a screen where he can see what he needs to do. So I'm going to tell it, enter a number of your choice, enter a number for which you want to create a times table, sorry with the spellings, and I'm going to add some space after that. Now this line is going to help me take a number. So I will save it as time table, not timetable actually, times table for loop. So let me just check if my recording is on. Yes, it's on. So number is equal to input, enter a number for which you want to create a times table. Okay, so this is the code that will help you to get a number from the user, and it's going to appear something like that. Now it tells me my mistake because I had never closed it. I'm going to save it and run it again. So this way, this is going to give me a line where I can enter any number that I want to be saved in this numbers position. Once it is saved in this numbers position, then I can use it this number to multiply it different number of times. So we are going to say that let's say 25 is the number, but it's not doing anything right now. After that, after this one, I'm going to ask it end number, another variable I have introduced, end number, and again it's going to be int, and I'm going to ask the user to input it, and I'm going to say this number what would be the last multiple of your table. So this will help me to take another number from the user, and that would be the last number of my table. Let's say if I want to multiply 25 and I want to do it like 25 ones are, twos are, 25 times 3, 25 times 4, and I want to go till 25 times 50. So I would
Sir,
enter the number 50 here. Yes, Ima?
I'm saying that you have written enter a number for which you want to create a times table. So can I change this lines? Can I write it in a short that
Yes, you
enter
can
a
write it in
number,
a short. Yes, you can do that. See, everything
enter
that I
the
have listen, everything that I have written in the green, you can change it in your own words. Okay. So whatever words you find comfortable, you can write it here. I am writing long sentences. You guys can write short sentences. No issues with that.
then
After
enter
that,
a number from user.
hmm, after that, we are going to start with the next part, and the next part is that we now start the for loop. So in order to start the for loop, what we need to tell is for. It means that we have started the for loop, and this for loop is related to x. For loop is related to x. X is just a number. It does not have any primary value. It would have a first value to be 0. Its first value would be 0 for x, and then we are going to say in range. So the range of x, what is the range of x? So the range of x is 0, that is going to start from 0. So the first value of x would be 0. What would be the first value of x? 0. And its last value is going to be end number. After that, I am going to write the next line, but this time I am going to press tab so that I start a little after the for line. Okay? Do not directly type anything here. This code would not work. You need to type here. After using the for loop, after using this for, you do not have to type here directly, but you need to press tab button on your keyboard once and now start typing here. This is called indentation. I will tell you in the next class what is exactly meant by indentation and how it works. Okay, when we will learn about our if loops and all. So for x in range 0 to end number, we are going to say x is equal to x plus 1. So x is going to start from one value. You see in the first line, x is 0, but यहाँ पर x would be 0 plus 1. So the new value of the x would be 1. In the first circle, when x value is 0, see this loop has to run in a way that it has to cover all the values starting from 0, and it would be ending to the last number that we would enter here. So it is going to start at x is equal to 0. 0 plus 1 would become 1. So in the first statement, it is going to become 1. In the second statement, it's going to become 2. In the third statement, it is going to become 3. So how many times the loop is going to repeat? Every time the loop repeats, this value is going to increase. This is going to automatically increase. So we do not have to type number into 1, number into 2, number into 3. This is automatically going to do it. After that, we are going to enter the next word value. The next
Sir,
value, yes,
I had a problem listening because of the internet. Can you repeat it? The X by
yes. See, I have used x as just a random number. This random number starts has a range of value which lies between this. So its first value is 0 and its last value is end number. So these are its two values, boundary values. Let's say that if you enter end number to be 20, so in this case, the first value would be 0 and the last value would be 20. First value would always remain 0 and the last value can change according to the value that you put for this code. After this, it's going to say x is equal to x plus 1. What this means is this is basically automatically updating the value of x. You know, in the times table, you have to go like 2 ones are 2, then you have to go like 2 twos are 4, then you have to go like 2 threes are 6. So these values 1, 2, 3, 4, they automatically need to step 1. They automatically need to go one bigger every time. So that is why we are using x plus 1. this would make us help, that would help us do that. Like value is going to be 0 plus 1 and x is new value is going to be 1, and when x is new value is 1, this 1 plus 1 is going to become 2. Every circle, so every circle that it completes,
I can't hear you.
I would start speaking now. Sorry, I had a phone. I had a call. So for x is in range 0 to n number, so this will help you to update the value of x with every cycle. See, loops are like a cycle. They repeat one by one, one by one, one by one, one by one, like that. So x starts with 0.
I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
So I was saying that x has to start its value from 0 and it's going to update itself. One loop is basically like one cycle. So in first cycle, this value is going to be 1. In the second cycle, it would make the value 2. This code would help you to do that, to keep the value updating every cycle, every time one loop or one cycle is complete. This
Sir,
process is going to repeat many number of times, not once. Yes, Irha?
sir, so we will do x in the next we will do x is equal to x plus 2.
No, we are not going to do that. Only this is going to help us do that. If we only write x is equal to x plus 1, this will automatically update all the values of x like one by one. In the first cycle, pehle chakkar mein, when this loop is running, the value would be 1. In the second time, the value would be 2. The third time, the value would be 3. और इससे हमारी टेबल में हमें बहुत आसानी होगी वो बनाने में, टाइम टेबल बनाने में. Now we need to introduce another variable and its name is going to be times. Okay, times. Times equals number, this number. So you have to write exactly the spelling that you had written here. That needs to go here. Times is equal to number multiplied by x. So in the first circle, this is number multiplied by 1. In the second circle, this would become number multiplied by 2. In the third circle, it would become number multiplied by 3. And this is going to go and on and on and on. After this, you are going to write the next statement, that is print statement. Now that print statement is going to help you print the thing. So you are going to say print number comma x. X needs to be in inverted commas like that because x is going to appear as it is. Okay? This is the format of a table. You know that the format of the table is 2x2 equals 4. So this value here that I have written, this first 2, let's make it different, 3 6. So this first 2, this is basically this number that you have taken. This x is going to appear as it is always, so that is why we are putting it in the inverted commas. After that, we need to have this number. This value is this x value that is updating every time, because in the first circle it is 1, in the second time it is 2, the third time it is 3. So this value is x, actual x that you have used here in the for loop. After that, the next value is equals, and that equal again need to repeat appear every time, just like an equal sign. So we are going to put an equal here. After that, we go to the last value, and that is times. 2 3 times are 6. So this is times, this is the result of times. So this is times here. You put a closing bracket around it, save your program, try to run it. It says there is an error. Every time you use a for loop, you have to complete it by putting this colon sign at the end, or maybe this semicolon sign. I'm not sure. Let's see if it works. Yes, it says invalid syntax. So it basically means that we need to have this colon sign here. This colon sign marks the ending of for loop. So save it and run it again. Now it asks me, tell me a number for which I want to create a times table. I can type any number that I want. I'm going to type 43 here. And now asks me what would be the last multiple of your table. So I'm going to ask the last value. The last value maybe, let's say, is 35. Now it's going to start from 43, ones are 43 and go till 43, 35s are something. So that is how it works. And you can see that it exactly started at 43 ones are, and it has now ended at 43 35s are. So how do you think that would you be able to crack this code? The code is in front of you. You guys can write it and try to practice it.
I have written the code and I will try to practice it on the weekend.
Okay. One thing more that you guys need to do. Practicing by changing the names of the variables. The variables are number, end number, x, times. So there are like 4 variables in here. Number, end number, x, and times. Try to change their names and try to change them everywhere they are being used to practice. That is a very good practice to help you understand how the variables would work. Okay. So you can follow this code, write this code if you want, and then you can start. Thank you so much everyone for joining in today. If you guys want to leave, you can leave.
Bye.
Allah Hafiz, sir.
No problem, no problem, no problem. Allah Hafiz.
One. Enter. Times is equals to number. मुझे कहीं मेरी तो पता नहीं क्लास खत्म हुई है नहीं हुई। आप बैठ जाओ ना जरा पढ़ाई करने लगी वाला पहला भी कर रही हूँ पढ़ाई कौन सी जी हाँ कर तो लिखना है अरे हाँ माँ भी थोड़ा सा बात मैंने तो पिक्चर खींच ली ऐप में नहीं आगे फिर देख के कर X फिर यहाँ पे कॉमा X कॉमा अरे रुक जाओ भी इतनी भी जल्दी किया है मैं वही चीज सीख रहा तो सेकंड सीख कॉमा टाइम्स फिर दिल बेचारा अब इसको देखो अम्मा हम रन करते हैं अम्मा मैं देख लो यार ये पटेल लो। Sir, I have done. Can I share the screen with you? Sir,
You can share it now.
sir, can I share the screen with you?
Yes, I said that you can share it now.
Okay. Same अरे कहाँ जा रहा है ये क्या है छी भी यार नहीं चल रहा चलेगा ही नहीं sir see I can show you
Good.
once नहीं ना रन करना it's downer oh मम्मा लैपटॉप नहीं ना ये चली
MI already run हो चुका है.